Okay, in this last slide, we're going to compare arteries, veins, and capillaries. In your text handout, I have a nice table to help you with this. So I wanted to take a different approach and show you with pictures, which makes it a little more understandable and maybe easier to remember. Let's start with the capillaries. The capillaries are a single cell layer thick, sometimes called an endothelial cell, as you'll see in the picture. And like we talked about with the alveoli, there is a basement membrane which provides support. And so we want a single cell layer thick so the gases can exchange, easily through the walls. What they're not showing you in the picture, and what IB wants you to know, is they want you to know that capillaries are generally leaky. When we study the liver, they're very leaky, and the kidney, they're leaky. There's different degrees of leakiness, but generally a capillary is going to have some gaps in it. And why that's important is that the pressure in the capillary is able to force the plasma, not the red blood cells, but the plasma out of the leaks, and that plasma bathes the cells and becomes the extracellular fluid that's bathing all our cells. You ever wonder where that fluid comes from? If there wasn't another system to help mop up the excess and take it and put it back into the blood supply, we would just be swelling. When my mom had cancer, she had tumors kind of blocking the blood flow and her legs were swelling up. And so the lymphatic system is helping mop up that extracellular fluid and putting it back into the blood supply. Okay. The lymphatic system IB doesn't care that you know about, but it kind of helps complete the puzzle here with where the plasma comes from and where it's going. Arteries, remember, are taking blood away from the heart, and veins are taking blood to the heart. The arteries, there's different tunicas or layers, and you don't need to worry too much about them, but just that the arteries have the thicker walls with the thicker muscle. And that's because there's more pressure, that left ventricle pumping that pressure, that blood all the way through the whole body and the body tissues takes a lot of pressure. And so arteries have the thicker wall and thicker muscle because of that. Veins have a larger lumen. I talked about what lumen means, it's just that opening, a larger lumen, a thinner wall. And there's two ways that blood gets back to the heart and veins because the blood goes from artery to capillaries to veins. Veins are at the end of the system, so the pressure's pretty low. But just our general body movements, even when we're twitching in bed, our muscles, our body muscles help push the blood back to the heart. And veins have valves. Easy to remember that. Veins have nice little jingle, and that helps also with the one-way flow of the blood back to the heart.